Okay, good point. I think Jiejie's been one of the best buys, but you're right, specific matchups needed. At the very least, Karsa, listening to you, Dagda, because, excuse me, we are getting towards that Lee Sin angle, and Karsa, one of the best in the world, it feels like, is going to be locking that in. So a pretty standard draft here from V5. I'll ask you about it in a second. Dagda, EDG, quick round it out if you get a moment.
Yeah, I mean, EDG going full team fight. The Sejuani I actually don't mind here because you do have a lane to play around on bot side here for EDG. So you're setting up for strong team fight with early carry in this Kalista, mid to late game carry in the Corki, and trying to lean on that team fight once more for EDG and play around package timings from Scout. So I think this could work out pretty well for EDG. Again, it's just trying to find those moments where you're not running into Karsa and Rookie on the bottom side because Rookie has that ultimate available. ppgod going to be able to cut people off. Like, this is where I think V5 are going to just try and outnumber EDG in the bottom side and then just play towards their own team fights with the strength that they have.
Okay, as well, bit of scaling in the bottom lane too to note. I think Dagda coming into the second game, you know, EDG need a bit of confidence vote. First game, draft, you weren't comfortable with it. I'm sure a lot of people weren't. No agency, as you said, was kind of concerning. As we go into the second game, I want to bring out a fun fact for V5 once again. Now, you told me Photic has picked up now 7 pentakills on 7 different champions. I have found those champions. 2019 LDL was Karsa. 2019 LDL, Vayne, Cogmore. 2020 LPL Spring on Top Esports, Aphelios. 2022 Spring, now on V5, it was on Zeri. It was on Jinx. He just did it on Kalista. He does not have a pentakill on Senna. Now we've got very many more series to go, but it's just something we need to drop in. Pentakill number 8 is always up for the cards, and I feel like, you know, Senna's a much harder one to pick up the pentakill, but still possible.
I mean, it's definitely more difficult, but we'll have to see if he can do it. The biggest issue that I'm seeing for V5, though, is Photic ppgod going to be in the back foot here on the bottom side. So maybe Jiejie can try and look for some early plays around this bot side to facilitate turrets or turret plates to facilitate Viper getting ahead. And we know what Viper is like when he gets a lead. He's absolutely unstoppable. And if at least him looking at this draft, EDG trying to give him the reins to take over from the early stages.
Which is the carry of the team. You know, we talked a lot about Scout versus Rookie, a historical matchup, one that has kind of turned into a grudge from these two Korean mid laners establishing themselves in the LPL. But Viper has been the biggest talk of this team for quite a while, and I think Photic is starting to become a big one for V5. So another narrative creates itself here in this series, Dagda, and hopefully Viper gets off the ground. Now, establishing yourself in that lane, not only in the 2v2, but getting around the fact that Rookie has mobility, Dagda. Remind me again what you want to see from this jungler, from the mid laner and Scout, and how they can do their own little influence on Viper and Meiko too.
So the problem for Jiejie and Scout is that their mid jungle just sucks. And they don't really get to have decent setup, and their damage isn't quite there in the early stages. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Karsa and Rookie trying to play a little bit more heavily through that mid jungle, seeing if you can get Rookie ahead, leaning that into the level 6 push that you can get, and then trying to play down to interrupt this bottom side for Viper and Meiko.
Well, speaking of, it's actually going to get an early start here. Photic and ppgod with a better trade so far, but Viper now in close proximity is they're going to get him on the return path too. Meiko here is just taking a bit of a beating, and considering that Photic and ppgod have a bit of sustain, things are okay to kick off that lane, Dagda.
Yeah, still should be able to push in fairly well here, though Photic getting some really nice raids back and forth, but you do have to be careful of the damage, but this is a Karsa already trying to move down.
A level 2 gank, but it's going to be spotted out by a wall. The timing! Oh, it's a couple of seconds too early here, so Karsa knows he's being spotted out as he heads into the brush, and will now just look for the invade, Dagda. We're rinse and repeating from game number 1. Vertical jungling to begin, however late this time.
The thing is, though, Scout being able to push your Rookie out of lane means the Scout can still react here. He hasn't been fully pushed in and might be able to freeze the turret, but Jiejie will actually not get over the wall.
Oh, no.
Well, can he steal it away with Smite?
Yeah, he's going to have to because Karsa's zoning him off, and as you say, Sonic Wave needs to be the execute here as Photic walks on up. Can't get away from the W, but Karsa comes through, gets the blue buff anyway, and Photic with a free soul. So, nice little move here from the bottom lane of V5 to make sure that that invade goes well.
Yeah, it will mean that Jiejie misses out on the blue buff, can still get the rest of his camps, and the fact that you're running back and forth here as Karsa means that he will be slightly behind when it comes towards just his own clear speed. I'm actually going to move back over towards his own blue buff on this top side So bit of a peculiar pathing from Karsa will slow him down, but at least getting a little bit of control over EDG's jungle.
Well, Rookie also going to be trying to spot out the pathing from Jiejie as that ward gets placed down towards the top side. Jiejie still clearing, and Dagda, you pull up a good point of Karsa slowly getting back to his own jungle. Considering all the way towards this blue side, he has a 3-camp setup, but also has a scuttle too. However, it means he's out of the bottom lane way, with Jiejie able to pick up the bottom side scuttle too. So I think, interestingly enough, we do get the final setup that we talked about for EDG, which is Viper and Meiko having comfort within their lane.
I mean, Scout actually might be in trouble.
Look at this path. Karsa with the Sonic Wave almost gets it off the wing of the Valkyrie. Rookie not really having enough mana to continue the trade as well. As under turret, Viper getting hit up, but nothing more than that. So a good attempt here, Dagda, and Scout is able to hold his summoners as well.
The Unraveled Earth from Rookie just timed out as Karsa came over the wall, so just a bit unlucky timing there, but Rookie should be able to push in this wave, get a bit of damage onto Scout, but there's nobody really going to die here. It's just about trying to collapse this wave so Rookie can get the reset. Scout having the TP, though, means he's going to be able to just teeter along here for a little bit of time before he actually has to worry about resetting himself.
Well, we got 40 seconds till Dragon. Herald's going to be up in about 3 more. If I can count properly, I'll tell you about 3.5 minutes. And so far, same kind of pacing from our first game here in the series. Dagda, we didn't get a chance to talk about, you know, Victory 5 and how they kind of place within these late game team fights, because you did talk to me as Meiko is spotted out on a ward here that Rookie is now going to be pathing away from. We didn't get to talk about what this game could actually be like if we do get in a full 5v5 situation, because you mentioned for EDG, okay, simple, there's a bit of front to back, we've got range here, but elaborate more on what V5 do in this game if we get to that point.
A huge amount of V5's team fight does rely on Rookie, but Rich forcing the flash, but Rookie's E is going to be super important, because in disabling Viper from being able to jump into fights because he's going to get CC'd, and preventing people like that, Jiejie as well, from being able to Q, is going to be so crucial to controlling how these fights happen for V5. The biggest issue that I see for V5 is that there's not a ton of damage on their lineup, right? Taliyah doesn't do a huge amount. Photic is going to go the Umbra Glaive build, which means that he's not going to deal a ton of damage in these early stages, but their composition is definitely more focused around this mid game. So they need to get the ball rolling very quickly so the team fights are uneven and they can actually win out with the gold advantage.
That sounds like V5, but hey, getting caught out in the mid lane doesn't. Rookie has to burn a flash. Good timing here from Jiejie with the ward expiring that previously caught out Meiko, and I think more importantly, it was the pathing from Jiejie that gets him over without being seen.
And this is what we're talking about, EDG having the ability to play for these early dragons because of push and bot, because of control in mid, and there's not very much that V5 can do about it. As I say that though, Karsa is still sticking around. Might be looking to see if he can get a steal.
But Rookie doesn't have ult, and Scout does, adding the range. The steal is there! Karsa safeguards away as well as Jiejie's getting close to the flash. The knock-up zoned away. They want to take this one as Exhaust goes to Viper. He's out of the fight. The Sonic Wave, the Flash Tempest cripple. The slow here. Victory 5 taking a fight we never expected as EDG burn half a leg of summoners. It's Victory 5 who once again have victory in their name.
Viper saved EDG on that fight. Didn't quite get to see it on screen, but he queued over the wall, had an auto attack on Photic as well. So both Rookie and Photic got slowed when he rendered to stop them from being able to catch up to the fight, and EDG managed to escape. That was so close to going very, very differently though. See here, Karsa, great steal. Jiejie just doesn't have the burst damage that Karsa has right now to actually make this steal happen. We're still sitting on 450 spikes as well because people aren't haven't ran through their smite item yet.
True.
But watch the back of this fight, right? Everyone is incredibly slow here. Trying to run away on EDG. Watch Viper. There's the Q. One on Rookie, one on Photic. So they actually don't have the damage to catch up to this fight. So they can't kill off Jiejie. So really nice play by Viper to save the fight, even though it looked like it was already done for.
Well, the Dragon's still, at the very least, going to be a benefit for V5, but the fact that no one died, good find there, Dagda, on Viper's slow. And it's going to mean that EDG come away not too unscathed, but we're going to call out the summoner difference now as we're still seeing trading at the bottom lane. Let's pause that for the time being. Nothing's happening. A ppgod, Rookie, Karsa now without summoners. as EDG just lost him on Viper, Meiko as well, burning a flash in the trade. It does feel like EDG's mid-jungle Dagda have a bit of summoner advantage. It's not even relevant at this point because Karsa has returned, and with a Dragon's Rage at that, Meiko's against the wall and the jungler's not nearby. It's just about how he dies at this point. They want to give it over to Photic, and with the auto, unfortunately, they can't. Red buff secures first blood with another great window from Karsa.
Rift Tower will be traded by Jiejie on this top side, but Flandre haven't pushed those, so at least EDG are answering for this play on bot side. Turret plates should be taken though by Photic and ppgod to try and counteract some of the pressure that this Rift Herald for Jiejie can cause.
Hello, Scout's now coming over the wall thanks to Rookie. But yeah, Jiejie now with the Rift Herald as you mentioned, so he's moving towards mid lane right now. Looks like he wants to catch out Rookie, but even with the assault battery, Jiejie is going to back away. Rookie playing off to the right-hand side here and kind of has that fishy feeling that he shouldn't be here, and it works out well. So Dagda, the kill for the Herald, 800 gold in the lead, but that'll even out itself as well. And I want to talk about what's next, because with the Herald play and Victory 5 starting to get active, it feels like this game is ramping up.
You need to try and snowball this advantage for Viper on bot side. Well, I'd say advantage. I mean, you need to get him an advantage on bot end, because this Kalista isn't in a position to be this kind of early to mid-game carry. And look, Scout has all the time in the world to come online if Viper is ahead, because Viper will then be an absolute menace for V5 to deal with in fights. Rookie and Karsa, though, want to shut down Scout.
Yeah, Scout's walking in. Is it too late? No, he's stunned up, and even with the Valkyrie, has to burn the flash. Karsa was there and with an ult ready, so nice again from the mid-jungle duo and Dagda. It's a real difference when you have a mid-jungle duo. It's set up not only players, but champions too.
Well, this is why Corki doesn't make sense to me. You give up so much control on the map, but we're going for round 2 here.
No. Oh no, doubling down. The minion wave small but sufficient. The kick, the Weaver's wall, he's on the other side. He'll Valkyrie out, but into a pile of rocks. Victory 5, do it again as Assault Battery comes through, but Rookie has to flash away. The center ulti as well. Glacial Prism from Flandre, fantastic, but Jiejie has to flash away from the seismic shove. That would have done it for him as well. Photic now without an ulti, a trade here for EDG, as the 2v2 looks a little bit favored for EDG G2. But ppgod still with the exhaust held on for now, as the kill trade is going to be a 1-for-1.
Good response from Flandre to roam down to get that kill back on towards Rookie. The flick nearly sent Jiejie underneath the tower, but not going to be the case. Dragon up in 40 seconds though, both teams resetting. It's going to be a case of getting control of the mid lane for EDG to try and get that, well, their first dragon for themselves after Karsa stole away the first.
Dagda just had a genius idea of a Jurassic Park correlation with League of Legends. Gnar, maybe a Lowy, turn them all into dinosaurs here as, you know, this was a pretty sick play at first, and for Scout on the other side of the wall, he found himself pretty quickly.
And again, I love the positioning here on the E for Rookie. That means that when you Valkyrie over, you're going to end up getting CC'd. Rookie tries to flash underneath the turret, and with the shield, you think maybe he's fine. But watch the flick here. Barely misses Jiejie, who flashes away. And means that you don't actually get caught underneath the tower. And that damage could have been enough to get the another kill back for V5. Does mean, though, with Dragon up, Jiejie doesn't have flash, doesn't have his ultimate available. So may need to take this a little bit slower. But with package available, they're looking for a play on bot side.
Yeah, seems to be a little bit easier now as well. Good timing here for Scout with the second dragon. As Rookie moves down, note that Rich is at base and has to burn the TP to get involved, but no Mega Gnar bar available, Dagda, and in this 5v5 in the river, engage central here with the Fate's Call, with the depth charge. Scout's package already called out, Assault and Battery, and Flandre's ulti. 5 members watch out for his depth charge comes through. It's going to hit Photic in the back line. Scout's package lines down the river as ppgod is a target for now as he flashes away. It's way too late, but Karsa wants to kick, but he's over the wall. Isolated from the rest of Victory 5 as EDG have been given 2 to start off with. Victory 5 standing by as Rookie with the 2-man seismic shove is just too late. And V5 pulling the trigger way too early into mortal danger of EDG.
It looked like it could have been an okay fight for V5 at the start, but without Rich there to follow up, the 4v5 is too strong. Karsa botching that kick as well. He's an EDG now with Rift Herald, with Dragon, putting pressure mid.
That just sucks to watch, Dagda. Herald the gold. Oh, Karsa had such a good attempt at an angle, but, you know, it's just, those things happen for every Lee Sin main. Rich walking top side, but 2 members of EDG are here. Not too much he can do apart from walk safely up here. And we're going to look at how EDG surmounted the gold lead now. in this 5-on-5, or should I say 4-on-5 at first.
So the Unraveled Earth here catches out Jiejie as he goes over the wall, but ppgod still just in a ton of trouble. Photic doesn't really have the damage, and Karsa, I mean, tries to make the kick flash happen, but ends up flashing over the wall, so loses vision on Scout, so doesn't get to complete the wind up on the kick. And it means that then he ends up falling as well. So a bit messy from Karsa, flashing that little bit too far over the wall.
And it cost him massively here in the game. I mean, Victory 5 not only had to give up the Dragon Dagda, but have given up quite a lot of gold to this Corki, to this Vi. I mean, more importantly, I feel like Viper's in a comfortable enough position where he doesn't have a massive lead, but EDG are making this game go swimmingly now with an even gold trade too. So when we talked a lot about the team fighting elements and how simpler it is for EDG, and remember you talked about the damage being limited as Karsa wants to take a 1v1 here on the jungler, the kick backwards as well. He might be able to do it without Rookie, but they're bringing him in as he cleanses forward in order to get the Ghost of Sonic Wave not taken the second time around. Rookie didn't have that extra summoner to catch up, so a bit unfortunate there, Dagda, but trying to force Jiejie out of his own jungle with his ult down as well.
As with Rift Tower spawning as well, Karsa's ultimate will be up that a little bit sooner, so they're happy to try and trade that, but unfortunately just couldn't quite get the pick before Rift Tower's up. Rich, though, still controlling this topside matchup just with push, maybe not so much with CS, and with Lee Sin gone blind on that top side of the map for Flandre. Flandre needs to back away from the turret, and that'll give it over towards Rich.
I get it, Dagda. Good joke, good joke. You know, as if he wasn't blind already. Well, Jed is now bot, so let's see how we can go with taking out the lights of Photic and ppgod as well, but Rookie is the roaming mid now with package not available for Scout. So as he moves down, EDG pay that respect, they back away. And in the meanwhile, Rich earns himself first turret blood in what has been a pretty successful laning phase.
And that means that you've now got this opportunity to use the Rift Herald at more important junctions, but EDG are collapsing on the bot side, will be spot on the ward.
But Rookie still yet to make his way down. He's dealing with the mid lane wave as Jiejie is going to be spotted here, zoned out as well. The 2v2 and Photic and ppgod happy to take it, but is it too far as Scout now comes down? TP going to be matched here as well by Rich. This is a choke with the Weaver's Wall in a good place to get one, but the Fate's Call even better. It denies Rookie's engage and EDG get out without getting skirmished too hard.
The Weaver's Wall was nearly so close to being perfect, but that little bit too late means that EDG can scoot over the wall before it surrounds them. And now V5 will trade for the Rift Herald on top side. Flandre here, though.
Not often, Dagda, you see a jungle solo Herald the top lane by himself as a Lee Sin and just pull out the inner turret. I mean, that's 600 gold over to Karsa. He's going to be a lot stronger than people will recognize. And yeah, an objective trade at the end of the day means a 1k gold lead as Rookie's moving up as well. But Flandre, as he steps back on in, might have to be a little bit careful. Rookie, I don't think gets burst in those, so forget that. And Dagda, now we just wait again, don't we? A minute 10 till Dragon, it's your turn to set me up.
Well, I was going to say Rookie didn't need to TP up topside. Still has to reset to actually finish off his first item. By TPing top, kind of blown that summoner spell. Now it is a unsealed spellbook, so it's not like he doesn't have access to other summoners, but I think he could have held onto it, because it feels like for V5 right now, you needed to push top to then start to roam down towards this bot side. Now Rookie does get to contest, but Rookie now needs to reset and then walk out, which is going to take him a hell of a lot longer since he doesn't have that Weaver's Wall.
And he's still sticking up here for the time being, 35 seconds. Flandre back timing here that's going to enable him to TP as well just fine. Scout will not have the package though. That's worth mentioning, as package timers we know are a little bit different. So Scout will be about a minute behind on this one. So V5 might have the advantage, Dagda, and we know denying a Mountain Dragon and a Mountain Soul from EDG could be pretty important, as with a Sejuani, a Nautilus on your team, hell, even a Vi right as a bruiser. Those stats going to be more worthwhile on the red side.
Flandre not TPing into this fight, though, was a big mistake. You had a window to actually punish the fact Rookie stayed around so long on that top side, but they're still going to look for it.
Yeah, they are. Devout comes through from ppgod, so that's an ulti for a dredge line. A good start here for EDG Dagda, but will it continue? As TP and a seismic shove, Meiko caught. Heal up from Viper as well. Rookie just makes himself known, and I was wrong. Scout now has the package as we've waited enough time. Rich about to go Mega Gnar though, and Scout still holding on to that as over the wall, not stolen. It's actually Meiko that gets it as the Weaver's Wall once again. The kick back is great, but it's a mistimed synergy here as Karsa's in the middle of it in front of 4 people, and Scout surviving for long enough while Rich gets the ulti just to get the kill. On Flandre, he's stunned up. The seismic shove good too, and V5 continuing to go forward. They're not stopping the mobility. coming in clutch as Rookie has a lot to do with that fight, Dagda, but at least the Dragon for EDG was claimed in response.
Another Dragon for EDG is so clutch in this scenario. Again, freezing that time frame as Jiejie will get away, but the fact that now EDG have claimed 2, and it is a 1-for-2 trade, will actually give EDG a bit more time to get Scout to scale into the game and get to that later point where they are just so much stronger. V5 though will claim this mid lane turret for themselves off the push. Looks like bot already going to go as well with Rich taking that. So we'll see here. Nice attempt from Karsa, but he misses the Sonic Wave. This is really smart. Like, dodges that, flashes then with the kick, but the Sonic Wave goes wide.
No.
So without that, he doesn't get over the wall. Jiejie then gets out, but Scout, panicking, goes in over the wall, which then sets up that kill where it really didn't need to happen. And from that point forward, then the slows are coming through to finish off Flandre. So messy stuff from EDG. The fact they got the Dragon is the big saving grace.
I mean, I was wondering how he got over there. I thought, wow, Scout must have been thrown over, but that was a package and a half to say the least. So, yeah, messy stuff is the right way to put it, Dagda. And in this game too, it feels like we are a little bit more closer than we were in the first one, right? V5 had themselves priority in all lanes. They took over in a mid game, and it was over at 29 minutes in. For our match of the week, at least game number 2 looks a bit more competitive, and as you said, gave a timer here with the Dragon being taken as Jiejie's taken an engage here, but Photic behind him, ppgod flashing away. Maybe it was mistimed here from V5 as EDG with a good pick and burning yet another summoner that could backfire in the future.
V5 weren't able to try and swing a counterpunch there because Flandre still has TP and there is vision control down on that bottom side for EDG, so they could have gone towards a ward. Rookie just too far away, so again, V5 kind of waiting and biding their time to find their moment, but they still have a slight gold lead for themselves at about 3,000 gold. The Dragon's not going their way is a bit unfortunate, but the ability to try and push in top, group mid, try and play for the map control that this Taliyah and also the advantages that Rich have offers them is the way V5 need to continue this game.
Because the Weaver's Wall haven't been on point this game, let's be real, but they've still been pretty influential, and every single time EDG have read it coming, it feels like Rookie has still been denied. So you talk about playing through mid, Dagda, and letting Rookie kind of dictate the map for a little bit as well. As you said, the topside Taliyah before kind of hurt them a bit, you know, Rookie as well. When he's off to the side lane, EDG seem to have this kind of response. And I'm curious to get your take on how this progresses over the next Dragon, because I think setup is crucial in games where we're talking about positioning for people like Rookie, but also for EDG and how they get set up with their front to back as well.
The Weaver's Walls that haven't been on point are going to be the key to V5 trying to win these fights. You need to try and cut off members of EDG, specifically Viper, try and keep him out of the fight. He has no flash. Maybe you're looking at something where you can do a Weaver's Wall into Rich Mega Gnar combo. Like, there's a couple of those that are around, but specifically you need to separate the fights.
Oh, Glacial Prison again. ppgod caught out. The depth charge stops the knockup. Photic says let him die. EDG with a pick on the support, or should I say the take carry. That's going to be a big one there, and a well-timed play from Flandre.
Wait a second. Is Rich going to get one back? No, he's not. But I think the big one here is, like, the pick is nice, but ppgod's going to be up in time for Dragon, right? There's not actually that much of an issue there. You haven't established more vision control in this bot side off the pick for EDG. You're still hyper-focused on this top side. So, I mean, it's great, but it means that you don't have some of these ultimates up right as this Dragon is about to spawn.
Yeah, 40 seconds until it comes up. Depth charge is the biggest one, right? Glacial Prison will be there. As we know, Sejuani doesn't really have a long CD on her ultimate at this point. But you're right, the depth charge will take a little bit more time. And 30 seconds until that Dragon spawns means vision setup starts now. Rookie's on the bottom side of the map, but EDG with a 5-man group with the pressure through mid. And against this turret, I mean, this is a risky push because better future knockups coming through with Rich about to turn into the Mega Gnar. EDG back away once again, but they also lose priority here for a bit, Dagda, with 10 seconds until it spawns. And Rich, I feel like now into the Mega Gnar is, you know, at a bit of a timer here. And Dagda, I've just been whispered in our ear, EDG, they have 12,000 kills in the LPL. Now that's a big stat, but Dragon is going to go down to V5, maybe more important for the time being.
Yeah, and now EDG are going to lean over towards this Baron as well. See what they can try and achieve up here. I don't know if there's going to be very much they can do apart from just clearing out vision.
Package.
Oh, are they just going to brute force Baron?
I mean, they're trying. As Scout clears out the wave and he passed down, V5 have to make a decision. Good Sonic wave there from Karsa to spot out Jiejie, and EDG off to the wing. Now want to set up the engage. Flandre with the Glacial Prison hits onto ppgod. That's the front line as he gets rooted up himself. V5 are trying to buy space, but Rich was caught out before he goes to Mega. The Fate's call back on in on this Gnar as V5's top laner now about to evolve. Needs a massive wallop down as the Weaver's Wall trying to cut him off, but it's onto Scout who packages away. But that package now down. Maybe good news here for V5 who are still threatening the engage.
I mean, the package being down is huge. You haven't really committed overly much here as V5. The Weaver's Wall being down will hurt them, though, so you got to make sure that you're not over-committing here. Although EDG don't really have a huge amount left in the tank. The only one that they have is that Bile.
And look, Sonic Wave every time it connects or gets close to, Karsa with threat of the kick flash too, so feels like they're paying a lot of respect right now, and because of that, the inner turret goes down, and V5 move to 3,000 in the lead. Still sticking around for the time being, Dagda. You can see that they want to keep accelerating this game and look for those picks before EDG get more time in the sun and, you know, scale up as we talk about.
And I mean, they're doing a relatively good job at the moment of trying to find that, but unfortunately, Rookie's Wall there not quite able to teeter off against EDG. I wasn't sure if it was like setting up for Rich to go for the jump in with the wallop, but I think it was just that bit too far away, so they tried to offshoot at the last second in towards picking off Scout. So unfortunately just a little bit messy from V5 in the engage, but tower's going down. They're still getting control of the map. 2 dragons for themselves isn't exactly where they want to be, but still gives them something that they can work on.
Well, EDG is setting up Baron Vision once again. At least Rookie coming in now might have another opportunity as Vault Breaker says no to that one. Blue buff picked up on the 2-item Taliyah. So as the game continues to be about this side lane pressure, as everything just kind of continues to slow down, we come back to those dragons, Dagda. In this 9-kill game, EDG picking up the early dragons just feels like it's going to be a domino effect as we go on.
We'll have to see if EDG can try and stop that. I think the late game scaling starting to come through for them though. Scout, 2 items now completed. He's going to be getting up towards his 3rd relatively quickly, which makes things a lot easier for him. Jiejie going to start going towards a little bit of a tankier build as well, so he's not going to be in as much trouble. The issue though is like Photic nearly getting up towards a ton of his items. Actually going to go for the Kraken Slayer build, which I do like in this situation. I think you need someone who's going to be able to lean into that slightly more late game focused build. Having the Gwinsu's Rage Knife there as well means he's already getting that transfer of the crit as well, which helps him out massively. So this is already looking pretty good now for well, it's looking good on both sides. It's a case of execution now in team fights,
which is what I want to hear, always what I want to hear, Dagda, and it's around the Baron buff. Dragon's not even close to spawning, about 1:40 away. And as Scout sticks around in the top side of the map, Flandre going over the wall is going to find Rich. But this Gnar happy to trade up, who's building up a Mega Gnar bar. We got fight on multiple fronts as Rookie's caught out. He has to flash away, but EDG welcoming him back into the league with an old sucker punch to the jaw. There goes Rookie, and there maybe goes Baron with an advantage over to Edward Gaming.
Yeah, the Gnar bar is meant to run out as well, so V5, they need to act, but their window's gone.
Yeah, dodging away from the dredge line. That's a good one here from Rich. He's in a mini Gnar form for now, though. Remember, Scout with no package, but Rich trying to kite away. He's dodging the damage as Karsa goes in. Sonic Wave, the 2-man kick, turns into a 3-man. Karsa trying to break my voice, but he won't manage as he dies down. And Rich still without the Mega Gnar bar as it starts channeling up for now. Photic and ppgod want to take on the world, but hey, at the very least, Karsa's kick, Karsa's heroic play stops the Baron from EDG.
I mean, it's 1 kill to stop the Baron. You're going to take that every day of the week. The fact that you got so much damage out of V5 and actually send EDG packet is incredible there. V5 now going to reset very quickly and start to move towards this next dragon in 30 seconds. Karsa being down though, no flash, no kick, means it's going to be a lot more difficult. And as I already said, just great play here from EDG. Scout hiding in the wings, has no idea what's about to come over that wall. And Jiejie demolishes him as Rich is trying to deal with Flandre in the back of the Baron pit.
That ward's so clutch. Seeing out the Qs, we're back on the Rift again to fight. Weaver's Wall burnt early this time, Dagda. I don't know, maybe Rookie's struggling a bit in this game. The first time we've said he's struggling here since coming back, as Victory 5 have to edge their way in, but EDG are a 5-man stack, and Scout now has a GA as well. You can see As Jiejie just buying his time. Karsa wants to steal with the Sonic Wave. As the Seismic Shove dodged away. Rich about to go on the Mega Gnar. He's getting cocky, but he's not evolved yet. Rich doesn't have the HP bar as Flandre zoning him out. ppgod trying to get engaged. Karsa goes in the back line, but the dredge line from Meiko is king. EDG's bottom lane denying his ppgod with a flash in to save Karsa. The kickback as well gets Scout as he runs away with his Jiejie still intact, but Victory 5 somehow poking them down. But Viper leaping around, darting through and through and through and through. Watch Viper in the back line as he gets stunned up, and now Photic starts running up himself. Better AD apparently wins. And with V5 clutching the fight, Dragon's theirs, Jiejie is theirs. Rookie's still alive on the other side as well. Seismic Shove. Oh my god, Victory 5 are just that X factor.
What are these fights? There is fighting at every point on the screen, and everything for V5 is just barely clutching out. Now, gonna immediately turn over towards the Baron. This could be risky. Scout not up for 28 seconds though. You have junglers only just respawning on either side. We'll have a look at this fight again. So keep my eyes on Rich in a lot of this fight because this flash is nearly up, and that's why he's trying to threaten on this top side. Thinks he can go aggressive on towards Scout. But while everyone is trying to deal with Rich on this top side, you've actually got V5 doing a ton of work on the bottom side. Scout not really able to get much damage down apart from a couple of rockets, and we're back into the action.
Oh, but a Weaver's Wall that zones out Jiejie. Look, Rich goes in, sacrificing his life, but a two-man ultimate. A knocker from ppgod. V5 with a three-man kick. This team screams mojo, baby. As ppgod chases down Jiejie, the tongue lash from Licky Tongue wants the last taste. And EDG are thwarted from two sexy plays from our top team.
Rich's plays on the Gnar, saving the Baron. And you can see it there, as you called it. Jiejie trying to go over the wall with the assault and battery, and Rich sails out of the pitch. Our pit winks at the Vi and goes, no, you're not getting in here. Rich perfect here, where you try and get the engage here from Jiejie. This is your best way in, but Rich hops over the wall, prevents Jiejie from getting access, and then sets up for ppgod to follow over. And the Dawning Shadow across everyone means there's so much shielding that between the Dawning Shadow and the Devour from ppgod, Rich doesn't even die in the end.
The clutch factor, Dagda. The clutch factor each fight we've seen. Two massive fights that throw out EDG's conditions out the window, right? We've got a Baron now picked up, a third Dragon, but more importantly, Victory 5, knowing that they're running out a bit of a time here. They know that EDG have tried to stall out the game. And we're at a point where that 7k gold lead, very significant, has let this Senna get a third item, has let Rookie get the Void Staff as well. Even Rich 3-0 and 3 on the Gnar, now doing a lot of work as the pushing is coming in. Top side wave set up as well. And the Baron is going to start crushing the base, and EDG are now on the defensive path.
V5 going to start to see Jiejie.
He goes in, but Seismic Shove narrowly dodged away. Sonic Wave once again from Karsa. He's got his flash, he's got his Dragon's Rage available as Flandre walks into certain danger in what could have been a 3-game series. Now thwarted with another great wall. ppgod with a 2-man knockup, and V5 want to end it here. The Seismic Shove kills Flandre as the Fate's Call saves Meiko, and EDG, our world champions, are being outdone by 5 legends on the Rift. Dagda, 4 people with a wave channeling in. And now the Nexus turrets are the next target. A Sonic Wave to connect, and Rookie and Karsa angling once more as the package there from Scout on the back line. They aim for Karsa, they kill him. Scout's doing damage, but Rookie dodges away. He flashes in. Once the autos finds him, but Photic is still alive. A depth charge, a Dawning Shadow. ppgod and Photic, the new blood, sit on Viper and Meiko. You want to know how good they are? Look at your screens. It's V5's bottom lane all the damn day. Our 7-0 team, our flawless runners, our new world representatives. You feel that confidence saying as Jiejie runs on in. Who's next up for the battle? 6-0 and 7, 0-2 and 12. Victory 5 are clutching it out with each and every play. Flandre may be tanky, but this duo's only got blood on their mind as they outclass the world champions of 2021. All you can say is that you hope to see this team at Worlds this year.
Worlds feels inevitable for Victory 5. Victory feels inevitable for V5. This is a team that looks unstoppable, keeping their streak alive at 8-0 against EDG. What a team.
It might not have been a Penta on Senna Dagda, but broken up, it sure as hell feels like it. Victory 5 are one of the most fun teams to watch. I had to take off the Hanfu. I now look like Kel from Kath and Kim. But this is a team that you can get behind and say, like, the form is brilliant. The class, not temporary. The skill is just there, and it's so nice to see, even when they were having a bit of a rough game around the edges with rookies Taliyah, we get those couple of fights, and that X Factor shines through once again. I'm just stunned to see how much they made EDG look like, you know, squirrels in the park. You just feed them and off they go.
This is V5 showing what really good team fighting looks like to EDG. Like, you look at those last few fights, the way that they were able to move in fights, the way they were drawing attention with Rich, the hyper focus on everyone turning at one moment, just really good shot calling in the moment between the who they wanted to try and target. This was brilliant from V5, and this is why they're so terrifying. Like, even in situations where at that stage of the game, I don't really favor V5's composition. I think you got the Corki coming online, Kalista's in a relatively good spot, you got decent front line, but they just find these moments where they're constantly the ebb and flow with people engaging and backing away, constantly churning out damage. Like, what are you supposed to do in those scenarios?
I mean, you don't know, because I feel like we haven't had a team like this where it's kind of challenged in that way for quite a while. Dagda, I was looking up to this being a 3-game series. We thought, with the way that second game was going, it sure was going to be that way. But where do you want to start here? Like, individually, where do you want to start here? I've taken off my Hanfu. It's way too hot in this booth. Like, there was no way I could keep that on with how we're going. And I feel like there's so many elements to go through. Like, I don't know, Dagda, just take me somewhere, because this is anywhere's fine for this roster.
Yeah, I mean, look, the get-go was not exactly the prettiest from V5.
It was
Karsa
not.
had some dodgy moments, Rookie had some dodgy moments, and we gotta, like, give a focus on the elephant in the room. We can't just say that V5 are absolutely spectacular and perfect, because this was not a perfect game for them by any stretch of the imagination. And there were a lot of holes in the game plan. We, again, never really got to see Rookie move too much on the Weaver's walls, more using it for the team fighting prowess that it brought, rather than the roam potential that we usually end up seeing coming from that Taliyah. But when they got to the late game, the team fights were incredible. Photic, I love the build choice for him, going the early Umbral Glaive, which is just nice to have for the team. But opting in towards the Kraken Slayer and Quinsu, so he's providing a bunch of backline damage and a lot of the late game damage that wasn't going to be there in this roster. Karsa as well started to pick up steam towards the later portion of the game, where he was then instrumental to a lot of these really good plays. But Photic and ppgod have to be the two people you focus on. The engages from ppgod, the Devour